Our next problem has us finding the volume. So it says Sarah and her best friend Kimi each got jewelry boxes as graduation gifts. Use the information below to answer the questions. It tells us that Sarah's box is 5 inches long, 2 inches wide, and 10 inches tall. And Kimi's box is twice as long as Sarah's, 4 times as wide as Sarah's, and half as tall as Sarah's box. I always like to draw a picture, so I'm going to start off here with Sarah's box. Now I'm drawing a 3-dimensional shape because I know I'm dealing with volume, and volume is 3-dimensional. It's not flat. So this would be Sarah's. And we learned that Sarah's box is 5 inches long. Here's my length. It's 2 inches wide. Going from here to here would be our dimensions there, are 2 inches wide. And then 10 inches tall. So from top to bottom, we would have 10 inches. Now I'm going to come over here and draw Kimi's box. Once again, a 3-dimensional shape. I'm going to do my best to make it look 3-dimensional. You know, Mrs. Camille is not an excellent artist. And it tells us that Kimi's box is twice as long as Sarah's. So I go back to Sarah's, and I know that the length of Sarah's is 5. So 2 times as many as 5 would be 10. So Kimi's box has a length of 10. 4 times as wide. Her width is 2, and 4 times 2 is 8. So Kimi's would be 8 as her width. And then tall, it says it's half as tall. So I notice that Sarah's is 10 inches tall. So Kimi's would be half as tall as that, and half of 10 is 5. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to find the volume of Sarah's box. To find the volume, we do length times width times height. And I've got 2 times 5 times 10. So I'm going to multiply my 2 times 5 and get 10. And 10 times 10 is 100. So the volume of Sarah's box would be 100. And then we're dealing with inches. And then when we deal with volume, our answer is always in cubic units. So it'd be 100 cubic units. Or, I'm sorry, 100 cubic inches. The next one says, what is the volume of Kimi's box? We do the same thing. We do length times width times height. I'm not going to do them in order this time because I like it to be easier. So I'm going to multiply my 8 times 5 first and get 40, and then multiply 40 times 10 because that makes it really easy. And 40 times 10 gives me 400. Once again, the volume has to be in cubic units. We're talking about inches. So we're going to write inches with that little 3. That little 3 means cube. So finding the volume is really, really easy. Multiply length times width times height. And if you ever don't have the length, width, and height, but you have the area, you know that area is length times width. So you could also find the volume by doing area times height.